do such a thing. Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. And pinned it on Dirk. Bitch! I knew from the beginning she was evil. I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you a bitch? Are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? I was totally gonna quote The Room then, but I figured I shouldn't. And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question. Insolence. Oh, fuck off. Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs. Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Jeez. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Also, if you really think about it, Garan has, like, the characteristics of every prosecutor that we faced beforehand. Kind of. Although more than anybody, she reminds me of Manfred. Yeah. Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Can we take her out, please? Just kaboom! Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Hey! He came to his senses! Even as you used my sister against me. I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while. Nayuta, come to our bench. Nayuta, you dare defy me? Satura! Oh, is he gonna do the charm? Throw your little beads at her. Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. I mean, the fact you were turning the cheek before is a bit shitty. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Oh! Retract, you say? Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering. And now, he's finally free. Wait. Is he gonna talk? What's he doing? In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed. The dragon never yields. Whoa. He has that!
The dragon never yields.
Oh my god, that's badass. Is he gonna do the same? Yeah! Oh, I should have done the smile too. That'd have been cheesy, but it'd have been great too. I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Oh damn. So that's what was underneath the glove. Or whatever it was. Insolent fool. Now even you prattle on about revolution? Her nail snapped. Would you look at that? Well, Apollo? It seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now if we could just prove Garan's guilt. we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago, as well as the murder of Minister Inga. How do you plead? Oops. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Oh, plenty. Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmani has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Oh my god, we're working together. Queen Garan. The defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Karine. Fucking Jesus, what a mouthful. Woohoo! But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer? There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is? Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have spattered onto the killer. So the blood-soaked clothes would have been dealt with somehow. Burnt. If they're still around somewhere, then... I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now. Then you don't know us very well. Your Benevolence. Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 PM. Now during that time, you saw Queen Garan, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Ha! Rafa! You would not dare. I mean, to be fair, she's not even a mother, so... When the Queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? Why, yes she did. No. Oh! No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. Or in the tomb. The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime. But they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, Prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating. Chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garan wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. The tomb? Oh! Oh! Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Yeah, I would have said the tomb. It's just whereabouts in the tomb. The tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there? Indeed, I do. Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden? They mentioned somewhere that no one would think to look, so I'd have to say the coffin. Again. Of course, that makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. Oh! And by that you mean... the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Ugh. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. Oh, the blood on the arm! Because the blood on his... like, the three... well, to be fair, it's blood on his arm and also probably in the lower chest. But the three spots up above, or up top of where he got shot. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes. And then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body. So what? This is still all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case. That's where you're wrong. But I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. Yeah, the blood on the arm. I'd say everything that's below his, like, coat would be probably from when he was shot. But the blood on the arm, he got shot in the chest. It wouldn't somehow spatter onto his arm. Yeah, because of that blood. The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. Okay, so both of those were part of that. Okay. I believe this blood spatter came from when Inga was killed. If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga. I thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure though. Let's get those stains analysed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt. You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. I mean, the fact you're so visibly shaken about this is fairly obvious. But could they really? Oh! I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garan hiding the clothes does not exist, because only the royal family has a key to the coffin. Or sarcophagus. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. Of course, flashback. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. There we go. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Ah, so that came back to bite her in the arse. Whew. How painful. Karma's a bitch. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent. Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. I mean, the only other person would have been Inga, so you know. And that means you were the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Karine. Do not think for one moment that such impudence will be tolerated. I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Garan. Whatever. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Oh! Well, there goes the nails again. Is that really? There's no way that's it. We didn't even get to see the like awesome part where we go into like that. We're on a rail and we have to choose things. It's like one of my favourite parts of the cases. Like putting it all together. Like boom, 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 boom. Of course she's laughing. That's not a good sign. She seems fairly unfazed. Me, face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Oh, she got new nails. Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be, can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, it is kind of abetting a criminal, I guess. Yeah, there we go. He would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free. And yet, I don't see any other choice. He's probably going to say, do it, Justice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed. But... there's that bloody book again. What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is as yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Karain I proclaim the following. Of bloody course. Then I shall have that smirk, bitch. All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution under the Queen's orders. Oh my god, you dick! What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Karain, I command that you be put to death at once. Oh dear. Wait. What the... oh god! What the fuck? Held up at gunpoint? Are you kidding me? Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Grand Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death. Like I'm still objecting. Oh come on, this is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process. Wait, that was Phoenix. No look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important. But so is your life, so think before you speak again. But... please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, or to the Twilight Realm 2. What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garan? Don't give up. Accuse. Don't care. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And now, sir, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids. The dragon never yields. Apollo. They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there is another saying in my country, the truth will set you free. Indeed. That is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spider's immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There is only one path before us, revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Holy fuck, this is great. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Karine, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleating know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garan is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up. Not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. Now we do the thing. Oh, we do- yeah, we're doing the thing! Yes! My favourite part. If I accuse Garan, Naruto will be subjected to the Defense Culpability Act. Which means he'll be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garan right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Garan? The Founder's Orb. Yeah. If is the Founder's Orb the key to the revolution? No, I think that's what that said. Does it tell me here? Oh, never mind. Whatever. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution, and Karine's future. In light of Garan's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting Miss Faye, after all. Oh, after all, he didn't know the Founder's name. Inga didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means that only people who currently know her name are Garan and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Garan so fixated on the orb? Oh! Okay, let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because... she can't channel spirits. Garan wants spiritual power. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but that would make sense as to why Amara did the right. If she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? Ah, so if Garan can't channel spirits, she'd be exiled, it would look bad. She has no claim to the throne. Oh, here we go. Garan has no claim to the throne. Garan's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act will would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. Oh. You claim the authority of the Crown. You of all people. That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed. I would have the defense explain himself at once. Gladly. It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. You'll understand. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? Ooh. What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once. In Karine, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garan Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamoured with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Impossible. Everyone knows only spirit mediums can become queen. Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garan, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly. Yes! The Founder's Orb! She knows her name, so, you know. All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. But she doesn't. I get the feeling it's only Amara that knows the name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence. Please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Karine. Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes. The Holy Mother will appear before us. Oh, great miracle of miracles. Praise be, Your Eminence. May your mighty spiritual power show us the way. Oh, you idiots. Enough. Enough, I say, you mindless cretins. Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot? No. I want a lawyer. Someone one at once. Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Karine. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us. I've heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you. If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed. Of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Ah! Apollo. Teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. What, that a dragon never yields? Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Wait. Oh, damn. So Garan, your reign of terror ends here. Oh my god. Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is simple enough. Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead. Is this her breakdown? Your Eminence. Okay. I'm confused. O great spirit of the founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm. Heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us. Oh, here it comes. It's not gonna do anything. Ew. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? O spirit of the founder, grace us with your presence. The time is now, I beseech you. Appear before us, heed my call. Founder, please. Oh no! Oh! Oh damn. No wait. I was just warming up. The rite actually starts from now on. Look. Holy... What the fuck happened? She fell into the pool of souls. Wow. Well, there it is. Whew. Prosecutor said Marty, how is her Eminence? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. Oh, great. I see. But her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it'll be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inger in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? I'm pretty sure that was just so she could get to the throne. To become queen herself, maybe she just craved power and attention. She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits, and grew jealous of her sister. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants? So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara ever listened to Goran in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Khura'in think she was dead? While she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Goran. My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Goran told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister.